All right, Tobe, I think you're live.
Am I live? All right, here we go again. Hey, we're back at Hoagie's Garage on a Wednesday night. Run through our sponsors like we always do. Morning Marketplace out in Thomasville, Pennsylvania with Rick and Sue Fritz. We got Hawk Wings up in Jackson, Minnesota. You need a wing built for anything you're running with a wing on, I'm pretty sure they can build her for you. My Race Pass. If you don't have it and you're into racing, you are missing out. You need to get it. They cover, I don't know how many tracks in the country, but it is a lot. And they're in Australia now. Kaiser Wheels. Be wiser by Kaiser.
You know, with Kaiser, we're going to have to ask him if, we haven't heard from Kaiser, but last year he threw up the big money if they won. Yeah. So maybe
we'll maybe ask about that on this next part, if he's allowed to say, when we get to that part. Kudum Auto Sales over in Inwood, Iowa. Need a car, pickup, look them up. R&K Insulation, also out of Inwood, Iowa. Houston Speedway, what we like to call our home track. We're really looking forward to Mother's Day rolling around. Fulkins Brothers Trucking. Whew, I almost screwed that up and they even got their hat on tonight, bud. Like to thank them for everything they do for racing, what they do for us. And, of course, if you do need some livestock moved around the country, give Trim a call. And now we got a new one again, or not another one, but they re-upped with us. We got S2F, or Start to Finish, another streaming service. They cover Power I and Port City and several other races, I believe. And, of course, we always like to thank Hero Haven for what they do for the vets and first responders. And last but not least for sure is Lumber Lounge and Garage. You got bench racing with Shane and Snow.
All right, here we go. Hey, we're back at Hoagie's Garage, and we're lucky enough to have Jason Reed, who I believe is the general manager at Knoxville Raceway. Is that right, Jason?
That is correct. Yep, I've been doing that for the last 4 years, and I'm glad to be with you guys tonight.
You bet.
We're glad to have you, and we didn't even screw nothing up yet, so it's going to be a good night.
So, Jason, you said you've been doing this for 4 years. How does a guy get to be general manager of Knoxville Raceway?
What even got you into racing? Have you been into it for a long time, or?
Yeah. I'd say I was just really lucky to end up here. But no, I've been around this facility, this area my whole life. As most people know, the Knoxville Raceway, it's a fair board ran track. And goes clear back to my grandpa in the 70s and the 60s. He was on the fair board, and then my mom, she, of course, worked here. And then when I was young and growing up, I started out working here, and then participated in the fair and everything all growing up through school. And then my kids have all done that too. And then I got on the fair board, and I was on the fair board for about 15 years. And then when this position, came available, couple of the guys on the fair board approached me and they're like, hey, would you be interested in doing this? And I'm like, doing what? And they're like, the general manager job. And I'm like, well, I've got a full-time job. I work at 3M. And they're like, well, yeah, you can quit that. And so yeah, it kind of just all fell together. I couldn't be happier. It's a ultimate dream job in my shoes. I really, really enjoy it. And so, yeah, I've just kind of been around this place my whole life and got a lot of passion for it and just love being here.
So did you quit at 3M then, or?
Yep.
Okay.
I've worked there for 18 years and quit there. And so, yeah, this is my full-time job now. I come here every day. I'm very appreciative for 3M and when I worked it there, but I'm going to tell you, I really haven't had a bad day coming to work here yet anytime. It's a lot better atmosphere to deal with every day, and I'm really happy.
Yeah.
And if it's something you love, that always makes work better.
Yeah, that is for sure. And you got to love it because it gets crazy around here sometimes. And well, here in another month or so when the weather straightens up, we'll set my camper up here, and there'll be several days in a row, a lot of times this summer, that I don't even leave the ground. So, but I absolutely love it and can't get enough of it.
Okay, so it's run by the fair board. When is there an actual fair? I'm not from down there, so when is the fair? When is because everybody knows Knoxville Raceway, but what's
right
with the fair?
Yep, no, the fair's it's usually this year it's July 10th through the 16th, so it's usually we usually get done with the fair on Thursday, the same week as King Royal Week is kind of how I always remember what it is. But yeah, it's always that second or third week in July, right in that time frame there for the fair kids all move in here on a Friday and then here till next Thursday. of course, we race on the Saturday night. Then have some other events going on. You know, we have a demolition derby and a rodeo and a concert. So there's a lot of stuff going on during that week. But we're just trying to build that up too. It's not nearly as big as the Knoxville Nationals, but we're continuing to work on building that too. We've got a lot of kids that come and show livestock and make other stuff. You know, the participate in 4-H, and so it's a very good week that we put a lot of effort into that too.
It's just a good old Iowa fair.
That's right, and it's we try to keep. We don't have the big fancy carnivals. You know, those are getting fewer and fewer, and so we went away with that a few years ago. We just got some inflatables and games and stuff now for the kids. And so we got about 3 different kids shows that we have every day, from a water show to a magic show, whatever. But all that stuff's free every day. And then like the rodeo and the demolition derby and even the race on Saturday night, we let 18 and under. All those events are in for free too. So we just try to make it as cheap as we can for anybody to come out and enjoy that. And like I said, we'll continue to try to build that event.
So the demo derby, do you do it on the track then, or you got a separate area you do it in?
Actually, we do it right where the work area is for the racetrack. Yeah, so Saturday night after the races are over, of course, our track crews worked all day getting the track ready to race on Saturday night. And then everybody knows the Knoxville racetrack dirt. It's not very fun to land on if you're riding a bull or a horse or something to fall off. So we've hauled in some other dirt that we use for that event. And so then after the race is over, the track crew actually drags that out and covers the whole work area right there. Then we have the rodeo on Sunday night, and then we have the demolition derby on Tuesday. And then Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, they put all that dirt back away, scrape it off the work area, and then we're all ready to go again the next Saturday night.
Oh, geez, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so the track crew after the races on that Saturday night, they probably work till 6 or 7 o'clock Sunday morning getting that all ready. You know, dragging the dirt out and getting it all squared up and ready to go. So a lot of pieces that people around here, they're a lot of dedicated to get things done to make it happen. A quick turnaround, you know, right after we get done doing one event to the next.
Yeah. We don't have a demo derby at the local Lyon County Fair here, but they always run a figure 8 race. But that's right on the front stretch, right in front of the grandstands. They haul out
right. Yep.
The 4 big dump truck tires. They're like 14 foot tall. You put 2 of them out there, and then when they hit them, they don't move anyhow. So
that's right. Yeah. We got a few of those big tires that we use for the gate of our demolition derby pit. We put a cement barriers all the way around it, but then where they go in and out, we got some of those big tires behind the cement there to keep them going. But yeah, we started doing that demo about I think this is going to be our 3rd year of doing it, and it's kind of building up. People love it too. So yeah, we just keep doing that.
That's awesome.
Them guys that build them derby cars, they spend some time on them things.
Oh, time and money. It's crazy. When I start talking to those guys and you know, asking them what they got in it, I'm like, holy cow, you guys are nuts. Yeah, for one, to spend that much, then you know you're going to go out there to destroy it. There's nothing. I mean, if you're going to win, you got to destroy it. So
they're serious about them demos.
Oh yeah, yep. No, they take it really serious. It's a great time to watch.
Yeah. Let's go back to the racetrack, Knoxville Raceway. You know, last year, just kind of give us a rundown of some of the things that you feel were most important there.
I think we overall we had a good year. I mean, I think one of the biggest things for us is Ryan Timms winning the Knoxville Nationals. I mean, I don't think there was very many people that was coming to the Knoxville Nationals like, man, I think Ryan Timms is going to win. So, you know, seeing stories unfold like that, you know, a local Midwestern South Dakota team, you know, guys that work for a living during the week and then race on the weekends. I think that was the biggest of the whole event. But just the whole 8 days of the 360s, the Capping, the 410 Nationals. I mean, this is the 3rd year in a row since I've gotten this job. Of course, I monitor that very closely now. This is the 3rd year in a row where ticket sales have increased every night for all those events for 3 years in a row. You know, and so like this year we were up between 500 and 1,000 people each night. So I just think that's great. You know, that we can keep building the event where people are wanting to come to it. And so actually, I got a planning committee that works on planning this stuff, and most of them have other jobs, so they come in. We just actually got done with that meeting tonight here at the office, so we've been working on that. We're always planning on that, but yeah, just the whole atmosphere that we've been able to build and create for that, and keep trying to raise the bar every year on what we want to do. These guys are coming up with some wild ideas, and and we got to figure out, what'll be good that we can do and what we can afford to do, because there's a lot of cool stuff to do, but you got to pay for it all somehow. So, so that's sometimes that's a limiting factor. Yeah, right. Yeah, but no, just that, and then just the whole the car count that we had for the whole year on the weekly races too. A lot to be proud of. We've done a lot of work. I've done a lot of pushing with my John McCoy and the race officials. Like, I want to get this thing done I'd like to be done by 10 o'clock, but 10:30 at the latest. But then when you have 75 sprint cars show up, it's like, man, you're gonna have to hustle to get this done. And I know there's a lot of tracks across the country that would kill to have those kind of cars, here every week. Yeah. So just proud that we're able to continue the weekly racing to keep it so strong too. People wanting to race here every week. It's always fun whenever the National Series rain out or they aren't racing for that weekend or whatever, just to see who shows up. And then just some other travelers. It seems like we always have somebody that drops in from Ohio or somewhere, that just, hey, we want to get some laps this weekend, so we're here. So that's an honor too, to be able to know that people want to come and race with you every week or whenever they can, just to show up. So just continue to build that weekly show and keep it strong. I think that's what keeps the National strong. So that's what we continue to strive to do.
Yep. Yeah, it's amazing how many guys will show up whenever they got an open weekend too, just to run a weekly show, just to get lapped, to get ready for the big show.
Right. Yeah. They some of them are like, they're going to drive that far just for, this weekly show. They're like, yep, we're coming. So yeah, it's very good. I'm more than happy to have them, and I'm glad to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it doesn't pay bad. I mean, is it $6,000 to win the weekly show?
Yeah, 410 class. We've kind of made sure we kept that strong. It's $6,000 to win and $1,000 to start. So it's a pretty good purse. So if you can get here and get the show, you at least get your money paid to get back home or wherever you're going. So yeah, I think that definitely has helped keep the cars coming. And that's one thing I want to commend the Fair Board on. I work for 24 guys essentially, but they're all really good. They all really want to, keep reinvested in infrastructure here or the purses to make sure that we try to keep Knoxville at the top.
Yeah. And you got a really cool 50-50 program down there, because we had Brooke and Carrie on last week with the KRCO. And I listened to them with you guys last week, and what they do is great too. They, like she told all volunteers, and they're out there every week trying to do it. And 2 weeks from this Saturday, I guess they have their KRCO benefit. That's always a good thing for people to get together. Yeah, those ladies do a great job. They're always asking, what we can do to help the drivers or what we can do to help you to keep the drivers coming here. So a great organization, and I love to be able to support them. I'd like to be able to win at one time, but I think it probably look bad if I won, but I'd like to at least just say, here I won, but someone else will cash it in. I was going to say, if you win, let us know, and we'll cash it in for you for a percentage.
I'll give you the ticket. There you go. So
not a lot,
just so we could say we won it.
Yeah.
We could give you all the money.
Yeah. Hey, I won the 50-50 once, but it was in Attica, Ohio, so I've never come close here.
Yeah, I've never won it anywhere, so. But I keep buying them.
And nothing against Attica, Ohio, but it was only $550 there. So, but hey, we used all $550 though, so it was good.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
absolutely.
That's better than nothing, I figure.
That's right.
Yeah, I'd be tickled to get my money back sometimes.
That's right. Exactly.
Before we get into this year, what are some of the projects, the remodeling or the big add-on, like another wing to the Hall of Fame? What have you guys all done over the last few years to keep Knoxville growing?
Well, yeah, I guess the Hall of Fame, of course, they built the other suite on the Dennis Allball Suite Tower, which is great, and suites, they're all still pretty amazing. Little dirt track in southern Iowa can have 76 suites, and there's all sold out, and there's a waiting list. I mean, I had a few people call today wanting suites. They're like, hey, we just want it for the Nationals. I'm like, yeah, you and 200 other people, and so but yeah, so that's a very great addition. And then the last 2 years over on the racetrack side, we've added 2 more elevators and a bathroom at the top of the grandstand. So the bathroom is essentially 55 foot in the air, I guess, at the top of the grandstand. That's been a great thing. We always before had the one elevator, and that serviced the grandstand and the suites. And there was always a long line, especially at the Nationals. So
Yep.
be able to add those other 2 elevators has been great, because then we take the old elevator and we just use it just for the suites, and the other 2 just go into the grandstands. So we've been able to move a lot more people. That's been really good. And then in our parking lot back here behind the ticket office, in the last 2 years, I guess now, we've added about 16,000 square feet of concrete, I guess, just for anybody that's out here at the Nationals, especially after the races. We have the stage and the party. Every night people hang out. It's a lot nicer to be standing on concrete and moving around than rock, or have to worry about water or whatever if it rains. And then that's also for our weekly shows, it helps out. We do have a lot more handicap parking that's on concrete, so that's very good. And then we're actually a little smaller project right now. We're actually hoping to be done within the next month, I guess. The ticket office, we've kind of outgrown that, so we added onto that this winter, and a lot of that work was actually done by some of the Fairboard guys. Got 3 or 4 Fairboard guys. One's a plumber, one's a builder from way back. So they've done a lot of that work this winter. So hopefully another month we'll have 3 more offices added onto the ticket office here. So yeah. I guess a lot of people probably don't even know it, listed on here anyway. We have still a wooden floor skate pit here at the racetrack that we have open to the public every Friday night, and then we do private parties, birthday parties and stuff like that the rest of the way. 3 years ago, that building really hadn't had nothing done to it since it was built in 1955. So in the last 2 years, we've redone the floor, added air conditioning, put all new windows, insulated it, siding on the outside, and completely redid the bathroom. So that's all. It's almost like a new building again now. And we probably average close to 100 kids every Friday night that come and skate. We let them come in and skate, for rent some skates, and get in for $5. So it's once again another really cheap thing for kids and families to do. So we've I talked to the Fair Board, and we've invested a lot of money in that building also too. So just try to keep everything up, and maybe build some new things every couple of years, but just keep moving forward.
Hey, roller skates have wheels too.
Yeah,
that's right. We
Where's
got
that
them.
building at on the grounds then?
It's right east of the grandstands, between there and the highway. It was a brick building,
Okay.
and now it's got metal siding on it. So if you're walking from the grandstands, you walk by it right on your way to Dingus.
Yep. So it's where they always have it's like a little shop, a little stores or whatever. They're selling flea market type thing during the Nationals.
Yep. That's what we do with it during the Nationals.
Okay,
Yep, that's the building. Yep.
Just want to say it's one of our sponsors, but a good friend of ours, Rick Fritz, he says, I love the 50-50. He says, nobody wins LOL, because he just won one of the midweek drawings last year, the year before.
I think his was like $4,000 or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
He likes it, So
Paid
we
for-
do
Yep,
know
that's
people
good.
that win.
Paid for his trip to PA. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know most of them, or I see pictures of most of them that win anyway. So
So the plans this year, for races, what are some of your key? Obviously, the Outlaws are there. Is the high limit coming also?
No. We have the Outlaws here 3 times, and then plus the Nationals. So no, we're with the Outlaws right now. So we got them in April for 2 nights, and then our normal June 2-night show. And this year they actually had Memorial Day weekend come available, so we did a deal with them. The Outlaws are just racing here on Saturday night, and then coming up to Houston to race on Sunday night that weekend. So just trying to build another weekend, for people to hopefully we can get them to come out here and camp, spend the weekend Friday and Saturday. And then I'm even trying to get a group, rounded up that a bunch of us will go to Houston for Sunday night. So trying to just make that a weekend event that people want to come to also.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Anytime you can get, you work with another track like that always makes it nice too.
Yep. Yeah, we try to work with Houston all we can. We're not like Pennsylvania where everybody's right close together and have a lot of people, to go back and forth. So we try to keep Houston, work with them. Doug and Todd's been great to work with. We continue to do that. And then another thing I want to, our weekly show, I don't know if you've seen it, April 18th is our weekly show, and Craig Ford, who owns Fellow Motors, he's a big supporter of Knoxville. And he's been talking to me about this for a couple of years, and I was happy last week I was able to get the deal done with him. but on April 18th, he is going to pay for everybody to be free into the grandstands. So anybody, any age, will be free grandstand tickets for that night because of Craig Ford and Pella Motors doing a partnership with us and trying to do that. So that's, we're just kind of going to put out a challenge to all of our regular fans. Hey, bring 10 people with you that have never been there, or they say, oh, we used to go, but we don't ever go anymore. I don't know why. Well, here's your chance to come. Doesn't cost anything. You can get in free and do it. So hopefully the weather will cooperate. We'll have a really good turnout that night. And like I said, we're just going to we're starting this weekend going to some shows and different places promoting that, just trying to get as many people as we can here, see if we can't create some new race fans.
Yep. Yeah, they do that. They do that every year over at Rock Rapids too. Here at the Lyon County Fairgrounds, there they got a fan appreciation night, they call whatever, and yeah, you get in for free there too. So
yeah, we're working on this group that I was telling you we're working on tonight. So yeah, we're working on a deal with July 4th being on a Saturday this year on race days. So we're gonna have some family events in the afternoon for that, and just trying to make a effort this year to get as many people to the racetrack as we can. I love streaming because I love to watch the races everywhere else in the country when I can go, but I also love to see people at the racetrack. So we're trying to do what we can this year to try to get everybody in the area to the racetrack.
Well, I've said it 50 times on this show, maybe
or
more. But you can watch them on the TV, but it is not the same as being there.
I absolutely 100% agree with you.
You get the alcohol fumes and the dirt in the air, and there's a lot of times I've said it over and over, but I'll watch the race for 10th and 11th if them guys are going after each other, because sometimes the leader might be 2 seconds ahead.
Or say Austin McCarroll, spins out or something, and, he's in the back now, and he finishes third. Yep. You don't get to see that on Dirt Vision or whatever. I mean, you have to be there in person to see all the moves that he's putting on.
Yep, no, I agree with you 100%. I have a lot of people that I around that might not be race fans, and I'll tell them I'm going somewhere. Like, wasn't it on TV? I'm like, yeah, but yeah. So it's the same way. And the thing I can't stress enough is you can't. Race people are just good people, in my opinion. Yep. So you just can't. Just the people that you talk to at the racetrack. You may only see them once a year, but when you see them, you talk to them right away. And just total strangers that you can talk to and just make new friends that way. So. I think the whole piece of just going and meeting with the people, I'm 100% with you guys that you just got to get to the track.
Yeah, and for the people that ain't that much into racing, it'd be like watching a concert on TV or going to it.
Right.
And
yep. I would agree.
It's not the same.
Nope, not the same at all.
It's cool to watch it, but it is not the same.
No. Right. Yeah. If that's the only way I can see it, then I'll watch it. But if I can get there, I'm going. So.
Yep. Yeah. So we want to mention again, though, we got Jason Reed on, general manager of Knoxville Raceway, Knoxville Fairgrounds. He's in charge of everything. So I want to say hi to Lyle Fike. He's watching.
Anything new or big coming with either the 360 Nationals or 410 or anything like that? And are tickets available for people to buy now?
Yes. Nothing's, I guess, really changed different with the 360 the 410 Nationals. Of course, this is the 65th anniversary of the 410 Nationals, and we will be paying $200,000 to win and $15,000 to start this year. So that we increased that another $5,000 on the winner's share, so that's good. But yeah, as far as ticket sales, 410 Nationals, you can get 4-day, 3-day, and 2-day tickets on sale now, and then single-day tickets will start March 1st. And you can get tickets to any other event, all the Outlaw shows or regular Saturday night shows, 360 Nationals, Cappy, either by calling the ticket office during the normal business hours during the week or at KnoxvilleRaceway.com.
All right.
So, let's just run through your 10 days of the 360s and the 410s. I mean, do you get sleep? You never leave the track, obviously, because you don't do that anyhow, the way it sounds. But what's your typical 2 weeks like for that?
It's pure crazy, a lot of fun. But no, it's very busy, a lot going on. And it seems like during the 360s and the Cappy, I feel like, I got all kinds of energy. I don't need to sleep. And, and so, I tell you, on those nights, I get to bed between, 1 or 2 in the morning. And my phone don't start ringing again until like 7. So you get a few hours in there, And then during the 410 Nationals, yeah, if I'm to bed, back in my camper by 3, I'm doing good. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it's self-induced. I told my wife last year on Thursday night, I said tomorrow night, as soon as we get done, I'm getting out the press conference and I'm going to bed. But like I said, getting back to the whole of talking to people and just meeting with people, there's just so many good people to talk to. We'll be out till, then, and by the time that day the race is over, so the stress is off for that day, and you're like, oh, now I can just hang out and talk to people. And next thing you know, it's 3 a.m. And so, I figure, Sunday afternoon and Monday, I can sleep and recoup after that. So, no, it's not much sleep, but a whole lot of fun and, 100% worth it.
Well, I can understand that. We do the same thing at Houston's because we got our race recap that we do afterwards. We interview some people on the back of the truck, and then we go wander around the pits for a little while, and then all of a sudden, the races were over at 10, and now it's 11:30, and I haven't left to go home yet. And 7 o'clock comes early on a Monday morning for work.
That's why
that's why I take 2 hours off on Monday mornings.
And I'm a teacher,
there you go.
So I have the day.
There you go.
So
no, for sure, I understand completely. Yeah, I've been going up to Pennsylvania the last couple of years during Labor Day week, and I just same thing. I talk to somebody different every night there till early in the morning, and it's like you can always find someone who wants to talk about racing and Knoxville and everything else. It's great.
Yeah, that's a pretty country out there. I get to go out there during Memorial Day all the time for the Bob Reichert Memorial.
Yep. No, that's good.
So I don't expect you to know the stats on this at all, but we've been to races where at Knoxville during the Nationals that a family in front of us is from Australia. They're there with all their kids, flew over just for the Knoxville Nationals.
Yep.
Do you guys know like how many people are coming from different states and from out of the country just to watch this race? I know most of the between 1,500 to 2,000 come from Australia and New Zealand every year. Really?
Yeah. And then I did a couple stuff for the county on some economic development stuff, and we've got like 1,000 camping spots that we rent out, during the Nationals, and 68% of them was from outside of the state of Iowa.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, that's what I tell them. I said there's a lot of dollars that are coming into the Marion County and surrounding areas in the state of Iowa that they're coming for one reason, and that's the Knoxville Nationals. And so yeah, there's some pretty astonishing numbers, and like I said, I would like to be able to figure out like how many people. It seems like it's been picking up the last couple of years too. The amount of people that camp in people's yards or stay in people's houses, and I have no idea how many is in Knoxville like that, but I would like to know that number just because I know, like I said, we got 1,000 camping spots, and it's February 11th, and we're sold out. I don't have any, for the Nationals right now.
Like us, I'm fortunate enough. I have a classmate that lives in Pella, so
there you go.
Our whole group just stays in his basement, and those aren't ones that are counted by you guys because we're the next town over.
And it'll be a lot nicer this year to have the big bridge done. So
Yeah. No, I know a couple people that stayed at the same house for like 30 years. This is my 30th year staying in this house, and so it's just crazy those stories, and I like to hear about those, and I try to find out. That's why I like to ask a lot of people where they're from and where they stay, and just try to figure that. And another good thing that we've found out, but it's a problem we still have to deal with, is like we're sold out of camping now, and I'll tell them, well, I can get you in Newton or Indianola, get some. Well, we're going to stay right there in town. We want to be able to walk outside the camper and see sprint cars, and so everybody wants to be right here, and which is a great thing. Unfortunately, we just don't have enough hotels or camping spots for everybody, but we're still trying to expand that all we can and get as many people in town to let people stay in their houses or park in their yard or whatever we got to do.
Yeah, I know that's on my wife and my bucket list kind of thing. We'd like to come down and do the whole 10 days, the 360s, the Cappy, do it all, but stay in Knoxville, like in a motorhome or a camper. But don't have one. We'd have to rent one or something. But
right. Yep. No, I understand.
Get it done before I'm too old to really be able to walk around and enjoy it all.
Yeah, I know that feeling too. So, but.
Is there anything else that you want to mention that we didn't bring up before we get to some rapid fire questions?
No, I don't think, I think we about covered everything. Just encourage everybody to come to Knoxville, whether it's for the Nationals or weekly show, it doesn't matter. And if you, see me wandering around, stop and, introduce yourself. I probably won't remember your name the next year, but I might remember the face. And I have that happen a lot where people say, well, do you remember me? I'm like, I remember your face, so tell me the story of where I talked to you at, and I'll probably remember. And so I can usually do that, but yeah, sometimes I have a hard time remembering everybody's name. But yeah, I like it when people stop me and tell me, tell me the good or the bad about Knoxville. I like to hear both. So hopefully there's not a lot of bad, but I will listen to it. So
if you'll probably remember after they talk to you a little bit, you're way ahead of me and Bud. We absolutely suck at names. It's just plain and simple.
Yeah.
I apologize to everybody I go talk to. I try to meet, like when I go to Pennsylvania or we come to Knoxville, we try to bump into people that we've had on the show and thank them for being on in person and stuff. But I almost got to have a cheat sheet with me.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then
people will come up to me, they'll say, do you remember me? And I'm like, oh, boy, no, I don't, but I probably should. So... But yeah,
it always amazes me too how the drivers look so different when they're in street clothes and not in their fire suit.
That is 100% true.
It's
also,
like,
yeah,
I gotta look twice to. Okay, yeah, that is him.
Well,
yep. No, I get it.
We were leaving Huset's, we were in the pits for a long time, but Brad Sweet and Kyle Larson were talking, and they're just by the car, and they're in street clothes, and there was nobody by them.
Yep.
I mean, they're like, we weren't going to bug them, of course, but everybody was just walking right by. They had no idea who they were,
Yeah, no, I get that, yeah.
And they were probably loving it.
Yeah. So.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to some rapid fire here, Jason.
Uh-oh.
What's your favorite kind of ice cream?
Vanilla.
Cat or dog person?
I got one to say cats because they're more useful. I live on a farm, so they keep the mice away.
There you go.
Do you have time for any other hobbies?
Chasing my daughters. Two of them's graduated college now, but one was playing college softball, and I still got one that plays every sport in high school. So chasing them around all their events, I guess, is what my other hobby is.
Yep.
Is that in Knoxville then, or what school?
Actually, my kids, they go to a small school, Melcher, Dallas. There's like, I think she's got 24 or 26 in her class. So it's a small school about 15 miles southwest of Knoxville.
How's their basketball team doing?
Oh, they're struggling, but she's having a pretty decent year. She scored 30 the other night, so she's doing all right. But they're pretty young and kind of like I said, not a lot of girls out this year, so they're struggling, but they're doing all right.
Yeah, well, not a lot of girls out is almost everybody in Iowa, so that's a thing.
Softball's a great sport, though.
Yeah,
we love basketball.
All three of my girls love that, and like I said, my oldest daughter grew up in a Nate Kinzer, so you can kind of tell who my favorite driver was at one time. She played college softball over at Central, so that was a whole different experience. They start playing here like probably they're playing now, I guess. And man, I've never been so cold going to softball games until I started going to those. So
softball is either cold or hot. It seems like.
Yep.
So let's move on here. You got a favorite movie by chance?
Probably Days of Thunder.
Okay. Do you prefer snow or rain?
Rain. As long as it's not on Saturday or any day during the Knoxville Nationals.
If you were going to be stranded on an island, what type of music would you have to have along to listen to?
I'm country.
Oh, boy. The new stuff or the 80s and 90s?
80s and 90s.
That's even better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
XRB up here, baby. That's my go-to station.
That's right.
Do you have a favorite place to go out to eat?
Probably, no, not really. My girls, they fell in love with Mexican food, and luckily Knoxville's got 3 of them, so we are able to hit those up. But no, I'm not real picky on that, I guess.
Food.
Yep.
Food in
Yep,
general.
just food. Meat and potatoes.
Yep, can't go wrong.
There you go.
How about a favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday? Saturday, the Knoxville Nationals.
There you go.
That's a holiday for
national
most of us.
holiday
Yeah,
right
that
there.
that I always say that's a holiday, but no, probably Christmas. That's the one that seems like where for my family at least it slows down the most, and we're able to get together. So I'm going to say here's Christmas behind the Knoxville Nationals.
Yeah,
And pretty
absolutely.
soon, if your daughters are done with college, you're going to have grandkids and stuff, and that makes Christmas
Oh,
much
yeah.
more fun again.
Yep.
We asked this question because of race car drivers, but how many speeding tickets do you have?
2.
Oh,
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad.
So then, in regards to that, what's the fastest you've ever driven down the highway or, say, ridden in the passenger seat with somebody?
See, we give you a cop-out that says
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you're in the passenger seat.
Yep. I would say probably in that 115 range.
Oh, not too bad then. It's up there,
Back
but
when I
not
was
too
young,
bad.
young and dumb.
Yeah.
Yep.
The cops would definitely frown at you, but that's not.
Yeah, they would not be impressed.
No.
What's your favorite drink or beverage?
Well, this is going to really sound bad because I've never really ever drank alcohol. And 2 years ago, my family, wife, and kids told me I need to lose some weight. So now I basically just drink water all the time. So I'm really boring in that category.
Yeah,
Well, you're talking to two guys that never drink alcohol either. So
And that's what a lot of people. I'm glad I know about you guys because everybody I talk to is like, how can you be a race fan and not drink? I'm like, well, it's really easy. So
it's not that hard.
they said
yeah,
the same thing about fast pitch softball. See, we played fast pitch softball our whole life, and it's like, what do you mean you guys don't drink? Well,
right.
Somebody's
right,
got to haul
yep.
the rest of them home when the game is
That's
over.
right.
got a bunch of drunks.
That's right. Someone's got to be the responsible one.
I don't know if we're responsible.
I wouldn't
but-
go that far. But, so, last question here. If you just won the lottery, by the way, I did buy a ticket tonight on my way over,
All right.
but just
Good
in
luck,
case.
Tope.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Is there a car, a boat, a motorhome, something you've always wanted that you just couldn't afford?
Yep, a 410 sprint car team.
Yeah,
My wife and kids know that for a fact. They're always saying, "Well, what are you going to buy me?" I said, "Nothing until we get that sprint car team done, and then we'll start buying stuff like that." But that would be. I said there would be no doubt that we won the lottery when they seen that truck and trailer roll in. They knew that something's definitely changed.
So would you hire Steve Kinzer back then, or what?
Well, I think he might be getting a little too old to do it again, but I would find me a good driver.
I'm supposed to thank you for the new bathrooms upstairs from Fritz. He said those are great for us old guys with bad knees.
I'm glad to hear that. I loved it. It's really nice, worked out good. So I'm glad to hear that they enjoyed them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anytime there's more bathrooms at an event like that's a good thing.
Yeah,
That's for sure. That is 100% for sure.
you bet. Well, Jason, this has been a blast for us. Knoxville is, the absolute king. And for us to have a chance to talk with you about things going on at Knoxville is absolutely awesome. So we really appreciate your time.
I appreciate you having me on and letting us talk about Knoxville. I love doing that. And like I said, I got a busy summer coming up, but I told my wife that we're going to make multiple trips to Houston. So I will look you guys up when I get there and and talk to you, and so I can meet you in person, I guess.
All right.
I won't be there Memorial Day though if you come up with the Outlaws. But
Well,
I'm not planning on it right now. But
okay. But no, we're going to try to make it up there, so we'll check you out.
if the old flatbed propane pusher's there, then I'm there. So
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Sounds great.
All right.
Thanks so much, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.